Hello dear my students. Today I am going to discuss the topic of motherboard expansion buses, BIOS and CMOS and chipset which including North Bridge and South Bridge. After this completion of this video, student will able to learn types of expansion buses, system controller, BIOS and CMOS battery, chipset including North Bridge, South Bridge and what are the advantage of South Bridge and North Bridge. So take a review first, expansion buses. Initially, the question arises here, what is the expansion bus mean? So that expansion means what? What we can say expansion? Its general meaning is expand the anything from its actual size. Fine. We are going to expand the motherboard from by the expansion buses. The simple example of expansion bus is USB, or we can say if our data storage is full and we don't have enough space to store any data, then we input our external hard disk as a expansion hard disk. So this is the types of expansion buses in motherboard. All the expansion buses are connected directly or indirectly to the motherboard and it between the CPU and our hardware device. Simple buses, we can say the bus carry on the passengers and move on and drop down the passengers from one end to another end. Similar in computer, buses roll the same effect, the data transport. Data transport from one end to another end and the transit the data from the CPU. So the larger capacity of expansion buses, it is understood by it is the high capacity of the data. So we can say the definition of expansion bus is a computer bus which moves information between the internal hardware of a computer system. Okay. Next is it is a collection of wires, connectors, form factors and protocol that allow for the expansion of a computer. As earlier I told, the USB is the example of expansion bus. Okay. Now external bus or expansion bus allow the CPU to talk to the other device. These expansion buses are talk with the CPU simultaneously. Now the types of expansion buses. So we can see that there are 7 types of buses. First one is ISA, second one is MCA, third one is EISA, fourth one is VESA, fifth one is PCI, sixth one is IEEE 1394 and last is USB, earlier I explained. So we move our first expansion bus is a ISA. How the ISA is a expansion bus and what is the full form of ISA? So ISA full form is Industry Standard Architecture. Okay, it is a one type of expansion bus and it is inserted into the motherboard by the cabling or their external wires. So it is introduced in 1984 initially and it is a 16-bit bus and it is developed by IBM initially. When this bus was originally related, it was a priority bus which allowed only IBM to create peripherals and the actual interface. Means initially it was prepared by the IBM, and IBM only have to all the rights to edit this expansion bus. The full form of this expansion bus is industry standard architecture. As we can see in this diagram, this rectangular shaped box, it is known as a expansion bus. In this expansion slot, numbers of pins are inside this slot, and this slot fixed into the motherboard. And this is the capacity is earlier we read 16-bit bus capacity. So this is the rectangular box. As we can see, it is known by as a ISA expansion slot. Second one is MCA, micro channel architecture. The full form is MCA is micro channel architecture. Similar, it is developed by IBM, but main difference is in ISA and MCA is it is a first 32-bit option, and the size and the shape and the are same just like a ISA. But the speed is increased here, it is goes to 32-bit. And the one more feature add in this application, feature bus mastering and a 10 megahertz bus clock for expansion cards. Another is EISA. Similarly, we ISA, just here we add E and the remaining portion ISA is similar. E means here is extended industry standard architecture. If we remove E here, it is similar like ISA, and if we add E, so it is new name is extended industry standard architecture. Sometimes it is pronounced by ESA because ESA, this architecture was developed by a group of companies to overcome the limitation of ISA and to complete with the MCA. So as the name indicate, it is the extend version. It is a higher version of ISA and MCA. Okay, it is the expand, or we can say higher, or the higher performance version of previous one, ISA and MCA. It has 32-bit data bus. It uses software setups. Earlier, ISA and MCA does not use software setup, but in extended, these are using by software setup and more input-output address available. And it has a frequency of 8 megahertz bus clock to be backward compatible to ISA boards. So it is similar, but it is an advanced version of MCA and ISA. Now is VISA. What is VISA? It is first introduced by the Video Electronic Standard Association. Okay, it is the used by same like EISA, MCA and ISA. Okay. Now PCI, it is very popular. The PCI full form is Peripheral Component Interconnect. Now initially this is developed by Pentium. Earlier the expansion buses are developed by the IBM. This is the first expansion bus which is developed by Pentium. In 90s and 2000 between, the Pentium is very popular, and so we can see Pentium 3 processor and Pentium 4 processor are very frequently used at that time. and it is come back and it is a 64-bit bus. So the speed and performance and the efficiency is more and more improved by the previous one. Okay, so this is introduced by initially Pentium. Rest are developed by IBM in 1980s and 84 and 90s. It captured the market by the Pentium. IEEE 1394. Sometime it is called I. We denote is here I. I stand for here is IEEE. This is triple E for triple E. Stand for the Institute of Ethical and Electronics Engineers. IEEE 1394 is a interface standard for a serial bus for high-speed communications and asynchronous real-time data transfer. Now USB, as I told in earlier at the beginning of our PPTs, USB is a one type of expansion bus. We can add more and more expansions via USB. And USB full form is Universal Serial Bus, a newly developed architecture that allow for the connection up to 127 external serial device. How many expansion buses we can insert in this USB? Approximate is a 127. Okay, it is 127 external serial device can be added in this USB. The USB technology support only on Pentium motherboards. Okay, earlier like as a IBM technology doesn't use USB technology. It's strictly used by Pentium, and it developed by in 90s and between 2000. So it is very useful technology developed by the Pentium, and 127 external serial device we can attach along with us. Now, second point is system controller. A system controller manage, commands, directs, or regulate the behavior of other device or system using control loops. System controller is nothing but it is a center hub to control all the data transferring from the CPU side from motherboard side. Just like in our traffic police inspector manage the traffic control from the around us. Now very important topic is that here we are coming BIOS and CMOS. In every laptop, every desktop, BIOS configuration is always available. BIOS full form is Basic Input Output System. Basic Input Output System. The system BIOS is the lowest level software in the computer. It acts as an interface between the hardware, especially the chipset, processor, and the operating system. Okay, it is the just minimal software, and which is like as a bridge between the different peripherals of our computer. Initially, our computer start, then the BIOS setup will check entire our peripherals that whether they are working mode or not. All the peripherals check once by the BIOS system. What are the peripherals? For example, like our keyboard, mouse, hard drives, RAM, all the peripherals once check by the BIOS, and then the BIOS give the green signal, then everything is okay, then please go on our next execution process. Then we see our desktop. Before entering our desktop, the BIOS have the complete check all the device and give the signal that to the user that all the peripherals are working properly. As seen our in diagram, BIOS in working our in between our hardwares and operating system. Until our operating system is not stable on the computer, the BIOS is performing their work simultaneously. They are checking all the hardwares, their beep, their lights, RAM is connected properly, hard disk is attached properly, all their drives are detected properly, all the hardware like printers, keyboards, mouse, monitors, all the hardwares once checked by the BIOS. And it is like a bridge between our operating system and the hardware. The BIOS in a PC comes from three possible sources: motherboard ROM, adapter ROM, and loaded into RAM. Motherboard BIOS. All motherboard BIOS must have the special chip containing software called ROM BIOS. One most important thing is here, we know POST. POST method is nothing but it is a power on self test. Earlier I told as we start our computer, then the BIOS checking all over the hardware parts. So the checking of the hardware parts in the computer system, this procedure is called as a POST method. So this BIOS action is done by in computer is known by a POST method. It is known by power on self-test. Again, next point is CMOS battery. CMOS battery is inside a motherboard, and it is a circular battery like a cell. And the last long life of this CMOS battery, and it is working very efficiently and use very little power from the computer. Function of BIOS, as we told, POST method. The POST test our computer, processor, memory, chipsets, video adapters, disk controller, disk drives, keyboard, USB, and other crucial components. So this procedure, all this procedure is called a POST method. This is the screen, or we can say the BIOS screen is shown on your PPT, and we enter now in the BIOS setup and make the change in main, advanced, power, boot, and exit. Now typical BIOS setup menus. What are the identity and what are the protocol of BIOS setup? So first one is maintenance purpose, main, advanced. We are going to security purpose, that we think we have to enable or disable in things, power, boot, and exit. These are the some menu of the BIOS. CMOS, as we can see in this PPT, this is the Panasonic battery insert the motherboard, and this battery in a circular, and this is a non-volatile battery. And CMOS battery full form is complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Without this battery, we cannot start our computer because it gives some voltage to the motherboard. And so we have inserted here in this picture. Now chipset. What is a chipset? As I told, chipset is a interrupt controller, DMA controller, timer chip, clock chip, bus controller. And the chipset has here two configuration is north bridge and south bridge. So it is the most important part of the motherboard, north bridge and south bridge. And what is the difference between north bridge and south bridge? As we can see in diagram, most expansion buses like PCI, USB, ISA, BIOS, these are inserted in the south bridge side. And higher performance and higher speed things are inserted in north bridge, just like CPU, RAM, AGP, and FSB. So why these are things set in different parts of this motherboard? One question is arise here. So answer is this that the regular things are using, which things we are using regular and which are with the higher speeds. So these are inserted in North Bridge. And some things are not used frequently. They are remain ideal in the system. So like USB, sometime in USB port, we don't require USB port. So these channels, so these components are fitted in the South Bridge side. The North Bridge is nothing but, North Bridge links the CPU to very high speed. As I earlier told, North Bridge links the CPU to very high speed device, especially main memory and graphics controller. And South Bridge is a little bit slow than compared to North Bridge. And like expansion buses, BIOS, USB are fitted in the South Bridge. Some of the manufacturers of the chipsets are NVIDIA, AMD, VIA Technology, SIS, Intel, Broadcom. As we can see their graphical diagram, or we can able to more understand then how the distribute between North Bridge and South Bridge architecture. Function of North Bridge. North Bridge is called memory controller hub. So it is a main memory controller. So the speed is here is required very, very fast. So the RAM, CPU, AGP, PCI slots are attached from the North Bridge slot. South Bridge is a input-output hub. Okay, there is a two major difference here. It is a memory controller hub. It means it control all the memory of the computer controlled by the North Bridge. And South Bridge is responsible for the input and output controller hub. Thank you. And I hope you understand all the topics. Thank you.